Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you're tuning in from around the globe. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. We got 5 minutes before market opens. It is Tuesday, April 28th. I'm just preparing this show, y'all. Let's get into it. We already did the pre-market brief, and now it's time for live execution. The bell's going to ring in a few minutes, and we're stepping into the market where the AI hype is finally meeting the cold, hard numbers. That OpenAI hype, in actuality. We have software stocks under pressure. Defense winners like Coca-Cola are holding the line. And a critical Fed meeting looming tomorrow. Remember, I watch the charts, give the breaking news, and find the levels so you don't have to. This show is for education and entertainment only. Always do your own research, but you can use this show as a foundation. Let's get into the mantra. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve the wealth that I'm building for me and my family. Riches and freedom, they come to our hands. I am the master of all I command. My learning is limitless. My earnings are too. The more I discover, the more I can do. The stock market is a machine of design, and I have the power to make that wealth mine. I am capable. I am skilled. I am bold. Blessings on the journey as the vision unfolds. All right. So OpenAI missed on revenue and user targets, causing a sector-wide sell-off linked to AI names. NVDA and Oracle are feeling the heat, especially. All right, let's get into some earnings, y'all. UPS beat on earnings by 5.6%. They beat on revenue by 1%, but they are still down anyway. So that's why it's hard to play earnings. They're down almost 5% from yesterday's close. Coca-Cola, they beat on earnings by 5.9%, beat on revenue by 1.9%, and they're up 4% from yesterday's close. And then we have Spotify, beat on earnings by 16% and a small beat on revenue, and they are down 12% from yesterday's close. That's why it's hard to play earnings. After today's close, we got Robinhood and Visa. All right, let's get into Robert Greene's daily law before the market opens. There is no revenge like oblivion, for it is the entombment of the unworthy in the dust of their own nothingness. It is tempting to try and fix our mistakes, but it is often wiser to leave them alone. When we overreact to a crisis, like Henry Kissinger did in the Pentagon Papers, we inadvertently draw public attention to a minor problem and make it a disaster. By obsessing over a mistake, you broadcast your anxiety and make the issue appear far more significant than it really is. True power is playing the contemptuous aristocrat who refuses to dignify a problem with a response. If you ignore the noise, the drama will eventually fade into nothingness on its own. In long-term investing, if you make a small mistake in your portfolio, do not panic or rush to make frantic adjustments to fix it. By refusing to dignify a minor market fluctuation with an emotional response, you keep your thesis intact. Ignoring the noise preserves your capital and keeps your long-term strategy from being derailed by temporary drama. All right, the market is open, y'all, 6:30 a.m. Let me finish this Robert Greene's daily law. Day trading application. If you take a bad trade, never try to revenge trade your way to back to even. The best traders treat a losing trade with oblivion, cutting it cleanly and immediately moving to the next high probability setup. By detaching from the air, you maintain your mental clarity necessary to succeed in the market. Stay patient, stay disciplined, execution over emotion, process over prediction. Now let's get into it, y'all. All right. SPY currently down 0.5% to 711. Excuse me, 711. QQQ is down 1.25% at 655.77. The VIX did break under 19 to 1891. NVDA is down heavy, almost down 4%. It just broke pre-market lows. It's at 208.88. Google is down over 0.5% at 348. Apple is up over 0.5% at 269.39. Microsoft is down over 0.25% at 423.52. Amazon is down almost 1.5% at 257. TSM is down 4.5% at 386.80. AVGO is down 4.3% at 399.26. Meta is down over 1% at 670.88. Tesla is down 0.5% at 376.50. Walmart is up 1% at 128.95. And BRK.B is up almost 1% at 477.24. All right, let's get into the market cap of our $1 trillion tickers. NVIDIA is still at $5 trillion, y'all. Google is at 4.18 trillion. Apple 3.95 trillion. Microsoft 3.14 trillion. Amazon 2.76 trillion. TSM 2.01 trillion. AVGO 1.89 trillion. Meta 1.7 trillion. Tesla 1.41 trillion. BRK.B 1.02 trillion and Walmart 1.02 trillion. Samsung is no longer a $1 trillion ticker, y'all. All right, let's check out these other tickers we like to look at on the show. We got SPX. You can see the sell-off from the all-time high. It did hit all-time highs yesterday at 5:10 p.m. So it has sold off from there. So it's down 0.5% at 7,135. Then we got the NAS 100. It did hit all-time highs on Sunday night at 9:30 p.m. and it sold off since 5:10 yesterday, 5:10 p.m. that is. It's currently down 1% at 20. It just broke under 27,000. And then we got Pam Bondi's Dow Jones. It's at 49,308. The Dow Jones ETF is up 0.25%. The 10-year Treasury note yield gapped up. Now it's at 4.36. It looks like it's going to get into this gap up here. Gold is down over 2% at $4,579 an ounce. The gold mini shares trust is at $90.61. Silver is down 3.7%. The Copper Miners ETF is in the gap. It is down over 2%. AMD is down 4.3%. Bitcoin is down to 76,000. IBIT is at 43.18. Ethereum is down to 2,272. BMNR is down 2%. Palantir is down over 0.5%. And Robinhood is down over 3%. All right, let's check out the sector and see what we got. Technology is down almost 2%. Consumer discretionary. Oh, it looks like this gap filled yesterday. On Friday, I can delete this gap. Consumer discretionary is down almost 0.25%. Communications is barely under break even. Energy's running. It's up 1.5%. Financials is up almost 0.75%. Healthcare is up over 0.5%. Consumer staples is up over 1%. Utilities is up almost 0.25%. Industrials is down 0.5%. Materials is down fractionally. And the real estate sector ETF is up over 0.5%. Let's check out some of these ETFs we like to look at on the show. We got IWM. This whole list is red right here, y'all. We got IWM is down almost 0.25%. SPYM is down almost 0.5%. QQQM is down over 1%. SPYG is down almost 1.25%. Oh, I gotta update this all-time high. It did an all-time high yesterday. There we go. SOXQ. Gotta adjust this all-time high too. SOXQ is down 3%. TQQQs is down almost 3%. SOXL is down almost 9%. SMH is down 2.5%. SOXX is down 2.75%. XLG is down over 0.5%. The IVES30 is down 1.5%. SPYI looks like it filled the gap. We can delete this gap. It's down 0.25%, and QQQI is down almost 0.5%. All right, let's check out the heat map. Let's see all the red on this heat map, y'all. Ooh, it's in tech. The red is in tech, y'all. There is a lot of red in tech. Green in healthcare, green in energy, green in consumer staples. Got a lot of red in producer manufacturing. A lot of green in finance. But yeah, tech is heavy red. You got any green tech? This is Intuit is up almost 3%. And Salesforce is up 1.5%. So yeah, there's the heat map, y'all. Let me put my 8-chart display on here right quick. Give me about 30 seconds to do that, y'all. The $1 trillion tickers. Alright, so we got top left-hand corner, we got NVDA. To the right, we got Apple, Google, Microsoft. Underneath NVIDIA, we got Amazon, TSM, AVGO, and Meta Platforms. All right, let's check out some news. Oh yeah, so we had Vanguard. They actually did a lot of stock splits. So y'all know Vanguard, one of the biggest funds of them all. Let's check out these stock splits. VGT, the Vanguard Information Technology ETF, they actually did a 8-to-1 split, y'all. 8-to-1 split. So this only costs $102.69 right now, y'all. Big discount. If you've been waiting to get into a new ETF, Vanguard's ETFs are on discount after the split. They also have VUG, which is the Vanguard Growth ETF. It's $82 a share right now. And then we have the Vanguard S&P 500 Growth ETF, which is $77 per share. And we have the Vanguard Mega Cap Growth ETF, which is $83 a share. They did a 5-to-1 split. So if you're looking for some new ETFs, most of these are under $100. They are close to all-time highs right now, but just keep that in mind, though. All right. Thanks to Mark Monroe for letting me know that information that I could share with y'all. Shout out Mark Monroe, y'all. All right. I do got this clip. This lady is an entrepreneur and author. It's about a 1-minute clip. Check it out, y'all.
I would honestly say it would be to have a vision for yourself. And I don't want that to be conflated.
Let me run it back. I had to turn the volume up.
I would honestly say it would be to have a vision for yourself. And I don't want that to be conflated with vision boards or manifestation, but it's to have a very clear idea of what is important to you. What type of person do you want to be? What are your values? What are your principles? Because once you understand that and you anchor your work into that, it changes everything. When you know exactly what you're aiming for, you get to decide what you're saying yes to, what you're saying no to. And I love that you do, because the mapping of the decades is like, what do I want from my 30s? What do I want from my 40s? What am I aiming for when I'm 50 years old? And when you get crystal clear about that, you make different decisions. So I think that in the same way that when we go into businesses and we have mission, vision, values, I want you to have that for yourself. For what type of parent you're going to be, for what type of person you're going to be, both inside the workplace and out. And I think if everybody created that for themselves, it's almost like you take control of your life. It's like a business plan for yourself. Because at the end of the day, like, you are the most important business that you will ever run. Like, and if you think about yourself like that, you would plan it. You would... No sooner would you go and just like start something tomorrow without a plan than you should do that for yourself. It's like, create a plan for yourself and your life and own it. Start with yourself. I would honestly...
That's a good game right there, y'all. Even though the visual had froze, the audio was still going. So, yeah, she was dropping a good game right there, y'all. Just want to share that. Next, this is from the master investor, Ian Dunlap. He said, well, he shared bar chart here. It says, the U.S. housing market has reached the most unaffordable level in history. The U.S. housing market has never been this unaffordable ever. Interesting. All right, this from Uncle Charles. He likes to share the good word, so I'll read it. Trust him during the storm. The Lord is good, a refuge in times of trouble. He cares for those who trust in him. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble. He knows those who take refuge in him. Key, don't be afraid in the storm, but seek protection from the Lord. Amen, brother. Shout out Uncle Charles, y'all. All right. I thought this was interesting. Foreign car makers threaten to pull the cheapest models from the U.S. without a trade deal. Foreign-based automakers have warned the Trump administration that they are looking to pull their cheapest car models out of the U.S. car market if the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement isn't renewed or is watered down. Here we go with this. Technical difficulties, y'all. I wonder why. Let me try to move this over here. See if that's the issue. But I was Oh yeah, it's messing up. So for some reason, it always goes back to that Robert Greene Daily Law screen. Okay, so the cars, we got Nissan Sentra, the Hyundai Venue, the Ford Maverick compact pickup, the Bronco Sport. So basically, just the small cars, the compact sedans, and the entry-level crossovers that will be affected. Around $25,000, $25,000 to $30,000 each. All right, next. This is from Walter Bloomberg on Twitter. He says SpaceX has tied Elon Musk's pay to bold goals like building a Mars colony and space-based data centers. He could earn massive share awards if the company hits a $7.5 trillion valuation and establishes a 1 million person presence on Mars, along with major computing capacity in orbit. He gets nothing unless these targets are met and currently earns only a minimal salary. The plan is highly unusual and may create tension with Tesla as both companies compete for his attention. Well, personally, I don't believe that is ever going to happen. 1 million person presence on Mars. Yeah, that ain't happening. I guess he ain't getting that 7.5 trillion, huh? I can't believe he said yeah to that. You ain't gonna do that. but he has done some stuff that is unbelievable before. So if anybody can do it, Elon can do it, y'all. All right, next. This is from Amit. He talked about why the market has sold off earlier. He said stocks are down big this morning on the Wall Street Journal report that OpenAI missed on internal revenue targets at the end of 2025. Few thoughts on this? Why it might not be as bad as interpreted. Part of the reason OpenAI did not meet its revenue backlog is because they did not have the proper compute needs. Dario and Altman all said that if they had more compute, they could grow faster. The bottleneck of energy, power, and land seems to be a much bigger story than the missing revenue targets, because if the compute constraints are the reason for the miss, that's an issue with supply, not demand. And then he said some more stuff, but I ain't finna read it all. Shout out, Mitt. All right. To go with our unaffordable housing prices in the United States, we have this next story. It says first-time home buying plunges to record lows as baby boomers prevent younger Americans from ever owning. That is per the New York Press. All right, let's get into this Strait of Hormuz update. Iran is running out of places to store its oil amid the U.S. blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, with just 12 to 22 days of unused storage capacity left. As a result, Iran may soon need to cut another 1.5 million barrels of oil production per day. Much of these Iranian oil exports are going to Asian countries, which are already witnessing their worst energy crisis in history. Asia's energy crisis will soon intensify even further, y'all. Damn. All right, let's run the numbers. Let's get back on it. Where we at? SPY. All right, let's go on a 5-minute chart. Okay, so it look like we making a little headway to the upside. SPY's down 0.4%. QQQ, it was down over 1%, so we making some headway. It's only down 0.75% right now. The VIX is still dropping, so that's good. The VIX is at 18.58, so that's good. NVDA trying to recover. It's only down 2% now. It's back at 212.16. Google's recovering too. It's only down a little over 0.5%. Apple is up 1%. Microsoft is up over 0.5%. Amazon recovered nicely. It's only down 0.5% now. TSM with a nice recovery as well. It's only down 2.5% now. AVGO, nice recovery. It's at 403 now. Meta, very nice recovery. Very nice bounce off the pre-market low to the penny, y'all. Thing took off to the upside. Meta want to turn green. Meta about to turn green. Tesla, nice recovery on Tesla. It's only down 0.25%. And then we got Walmart. Walmart ran up and sold off. It ran up in the pre-market and sold off since the open, but it had gapped up, so it's still up though, almost 0.5%. BRK.B is up almost 1%. All right. I don't have any more news. Let's see if we can find some news right quick. I'll give it a quick glance. Andrew Yang said, should your kids go to college? Is college still worth it? I don't know. Because if all the jobs are gone by 2030, what are people going to do? I don't know. The AI takeover. By 2030, y'all, it's going to be so many people out of work, they're going to have to do, what is it called? Dang, I can't even think of it right now. Where they cut everybody a check every month because there ain't enough jobs. Universal basic income. There you go. They're going to have to do it. Elon said it's going to be high universal basic income. So that's great. And yeah, by 2030, y'all. So basically, if everybody's out of work, or most people's out of work, and everybody get the same amount of money, then it's going to be up. Those who can flip the money, either in the market or just hustling, then those people are going to thrive. And if you don't know how to flip money, you are subject to whatever the government gives us for a universal basic income. So we got 3.5 years, y'all. Oh, look, Wall Street Trapper just posted his gains for today. It is negative 154,000, y'all. But I'm sure yesterday he was up probably at least 250,000. So, hey, post it when you running up, post it when you losing, man. Shout out to Trap for the transparency. Let me see. Do we got any more news? This is from Walter Bloomberg. He said, the Strait of Hormuz can reopen without full mine clearance, says the U.S. U.S. Energy Secretary Chris Wright says the Strait of Hormuz can be reopened without removing all the Iranian mines. Only a safe shipping corridor is needed, not a full demining. The U.S. says transit could resume quickly if a pathway is secured. Full clearance could take up to 6 months. Per Pentagon briefing reports, the strait has been largely shut since late February, disrupting global oil flows and pushing up fuel prices. Rice suggests limited clearance could allow shipping to restart far sooner than full demining timelines. That's probably why the market has shown that recovery. Probably when this news came out 10 minutes ago. Last piece of news. This is from Investing Bay. Well, it's basically motivation. The moment you stop needing the trade is the moment you start trading better. Interesting. Alright. You know how we like to end the show, y'all, with some Instagram motivation.
It ain't all good, but it ain't all bad either. So be thankful. Be happy. Smile. Go be productive today.
We will be productive today.
Be happy. Y'all gonna be productive today. So just be happy.
Chase excellence, never chase money. Why? Because money has an incredible way of finding excellence. Did you chase excellence and not money? Do you have the intellectual curiosity to learn everything you can about this incredible industry and master it? Become the smartest person in the room. Have you mastered it?
You're more blessed than you think. Sometimes you just struggle to realize how much is in front of you because you're constantly thinking about what you have to obtain. The rich person is not the one who has a lot, but the one that has enough. So you should seek to have enough, inshallah.
It don't happen overnight, and there's gonna be moments when it's really, really frustrating, and there's gonna be moments when it's really, really inspiring and empowering. And if you get too high off the highs and too low off the lows, you're gonna take yourself on a ride that's very uncomfortable. I think it's just about being committed to the work and appreciating it, when it's good and not stressing too bad when it's bad, just appreciating the work and staying focused on showing up every day.
And that's what we do, folks. Shout out Nipsey Hussle. We show up every day. This is the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. We'll be back tomorrow in the pre-market for the pre-market brief. Thank y'all for tuning in. Have a blessed day. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom.